guys. Okay, so I wanted to make this video real quick because I just figured out how to make videos where I'm reading stories on this app, aka Wattpad, and all that. So today we're doing a story called, sorry, I am very bad with names. It's called She's Mine, and it's by that person, and it's a genre slash fluffy slasher sex reader, and all that. The story, I'm going to be doing chapters 1 and 2, which the first chapter is meeting Michael. And this is a drawing of Michael in his little cute little suit, and I love seeing these pictures. And I'll do another one where it's a different story, but I'm going to try my best because I just figured out how to do it. And I had to install a whole video recorder app because of the fact that my phone does not have a pre-made one in it. If you hear any noises in the background, that's my TV because I have to have like noise in the back. So I'm just gonna, hold on, give me a second. I am back. I had to change the video because, yeah. Okay, this chapter is called Meeting Michael, and it's chapter 1. Your name's POV. I ran down the dark street, feeling as if it lasts forever. I felt my heart pounding through my chest, and my breathing was as fast as ever. I was completely horrified. I constantly looked behind me, looking out for the shape. A tall man wearing a mechanic suit with a blank white mask, holding a huge kitchen knife. His knife was covered in blood, considering he had already killed 2 of my friends. After he stabbed them, he stared into their eyes as they dropped to the ground. But when he was about to stab me, he froze, just stared. I took that as my chance to run, though now he's just menacingly following me. I looked back, I'm sorry, real quickly. He's just standing there, menacingly. I'm sorry. That reminds me of this SpongeBob meme where it says, he's just menacing. Fuck, I just said it a minute ago. Menacingly following me. Also, I'm just gonna say this once, but I haven't read too much in the story, so it might have swearing, I don't remember. It most likely has swearing because it does involve, like, another slasher that swears and, like, other ones. But I'll let you guys know. But I didn't read too far into the story. I just got to a certain point and stopped and decided to, yeah. Anyway, I looked back many times, but he seemed to have disappeared completely into the darkness. You looked back completely, trying to look for him. You yell as you ran into a mailbox and fell to the ground. You look at the mailbox, it said Myers. Didn't a killer live here? You begin to hear footsteps on the wet road behind you. You turn around to see the shape behind you, raising his knife. You got up, almost falling over, and ran to the door of the Myers house. You opened it with ease and ran inside. You ran upstairs to a bedroom and hid behind a bed, hitting your back against the bedside table. As you bumped into the table, a picture fell onto your lap. What first flashed your eye was the fact that you were in it. But you were standing for boy. You're confused as to why and how you were in the picture until you looked at it closer, realizing, I know him. I remember, you said, shocked. Your heart pounding, steps coming up the stairs, and suddenly the shape bursted through the door. I may just do like just this chapter and then do chapter 2 and 3 later on, but I'm gonna try my best. The shape bursted through the door, looking straight to your direction. He slowly, sorry, I was checking out to see how much my phone was at. He slowly walked over to the door, raising his knife. You were shaking as tears trailed down your face, knowing this is your end. This is your end. You closed your eyes, trying not to witness your own death as you gripped tightly onto the picture. You waited, confused as to why you didn't die yet. You felt a tug on the picture you were holding, and not a knife through your chest. You opened your eyes hesitantly to see him kneeling down in front of you, holding the picture in his hand. As he looked at it, he looks up at you and into your eyes. Michael? You asked. Flashback. You walked down the halls of the hospital after you had hurt yourself trying to roller skate. Across the hospital, there was a section for mental patients. Man. Sorry about that. My phone does that sometimes. Sorry about that, guys. I'm gonna try my best not to do too much of those, so. But yeah, okay. Anyway, back to the story. Where was I? Blah, blah, blah. Mom never told me. Never told me much about it. She always said to stay away from it. I was curious though. Who's over there? Why can't they come to the side? One day, you planned to instruct your doctor while you took his key card. He came in asking the usual, how was I feeling, and if my arm was any better. Before he could leave, I dropped my toy bear and asked him to get it. He kindly did, but as he did, I took the key card from his pocket. The day after, hi. Sorry, my dog just woke up. There's a lot of stuff distracting me right now. I'm very sorry, guys. From his pocket. The day after, I walked through the hall, telling the nurses and doctor I was going to the playroom. I walked to the locked door to open it, but curiosity took over. I saw the key card and the door was open. I shyly entered and observed my surroundings. I saw two workers dragging a boy to a cell. He had light brown hair, and he was slim, with the lightest blue eyes I've ever seen. They were almost white. I felt bad. Why were they hustling him so much? I hid on the side of the wall as I waited for the workers to leave. After they left and locked the door behind them, I rushed over to his door and slid the key card, doing everything quickly. He looked at me confused. He sat at his desk with a variety of handmade masks on it. He said nothing as I decided to speak first. Are you okay? They're mean, he said, trying to comfort him. He did nothing. No, he looked at you, taking in everything about you. You looked to a folder of papers on his wall beside the door. You read a little to see that he hasn't talked in years, but he's killed people. That scared you a bit, but you didn't fully understand it, so you brushed it aside. Leo, are you stuck? How did you... I'm sorry, my dog got stuck in a blanket. Give me a second. Sorry, my dog got stuck in blankets somehow. Don't ask me how. He's gotten stuck in many places. I don't know yet. He's okay though. You right, Bubba? Yeah? Okay. Anyway, he's fine, and I'm just glad he is. Anyway, that scared you a bit, but you didn't fully understand it, so you brushed it aside. I can help you out of here if you want, you said, holding the key card up. He looked at you shocked and then looked down and nodded his head no. Why don't you want to talk? You asked curiously. I'm sorry. You figured you would. Sorry, I'm still sick right now, but I'm getting better slowly. He wouldn't answer. You looked down along with him, but in sadness and disappointment. They all listened. They all judged. He murmured under his breath. He was shocked, but said, I won't judge you, as you held his hand. He blushed a little and smiled. It made you feel good. Can I know your name? You asked. We could be friends that way. Michael. He shyly asks. Michael. He shyly says. My name's your name. You say happily. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, Michael. I have a fun idea, you say happily as you begin to get up. What is it? He quietly responds as you walk to his desk. You hold him materials that he uses to make his mask and say, we can both make a mask. I love arts and crafts. He smiles, seeing you both have something in common, and shows you how to make a mask. You walked carefully and helped him. After you finish, he jerks his head up, looking to the door. You need to go, he says, handing you the mask. Please keep it. But I don't want to go, you say, bummed out. They're coming, hurry, he demands. You take the mask and slide the key card. Before you run out, you say, I'll be back, I promise. After you run, and close the door behind you, the workers come back to his room. How did he know that they were coming? I don't think there's a clock in there. You heard that and ran back to your room. And the key card by you at all times. As time went past, you continuously sneak into his room. You'd bring him candies, make masks together, and talk. As time went on and he got older, he seemed to get in a bit more. From him mood and talk less, but that didn't change your friendship. One day, you even snuck your camera in and got a picture together. You told him to keep it since he can remember you with it and you can remember him by the mask. He gladly took it and kept it safe at the time. One day, I heard news that all the patients broke out. I rushed to the hospital to see his door completely broken down and he was nowhere in sight. After that, I never saw Michael ever since. Back to reality. Michael, you asked. He looked at you shocked, but nodded his head, yes. It's as if you could see a light smile through his mask. He dropped the knife to the ground, blood splattering across the floor. He pulled you in for a hug. It was extremely unexpected, but you hugged him back. He was so big and so tall. Even though both of you were kneeling, he still towered over you. I've missed you so much, Michael, you say as you hug him tighter. I've missed you too, he said, though it sounded like he struggled to speak. You released him from the hug and took his hand in yours. You won't kill me, right? You hesitantly asked. He nodded his head no as he gripped onto your hand tighter than before, but to the point that it didn't hurt. He got up. You stood up too, noticing how tall he was. Where are you going? You asked, not wanting him to leave. He waves his hand towards the door as he begins to walk, signaling for you to follow him. You walk with him downstairs and he points to the couch in his living room. It's dusty, but you kindly take a seat on it. He happily sits next to you, looking at you. You lay your head on his shoulder as you cuddle closer to him. You're so tired after all that running. And it felt so good to fall asleep in your lifelong friend's warm embrace. Or could he become more? Okay, I'm gonna stop there. I would love to continue and do more of these kind of videos where I read these stories, and I'm gonna try my best to. Because again, I love doing this, and this was really fun, I have to admit, and I've always wanted to make these, but I never understood how people made them. Turns out they've been using like little screen recorders, and I love doing this. So yeah, I'll be doing chapter 2 soon, and yeah, so I'm gonna try and do chapter 2. But this is the person that made the story, so please go follow them. They made a really good story, and yes, the next chapter, we'll be talking about Freddy, by the way, so there might be cursing. Alright, bye guys!